discussing what are the various properties of plastics. We will understand that why plastic is so popular, what are its properties. Okay, also we will see what are the various impacts that plastic is making on our environment and how we can protect it. Okay, if you are watching all the videos, you may know children that in previous classes we understood what are various two types of plastics. They are thermosetting and thermoplastics. Okay, we have already covered that topic in previous class. In today's class we are going to understand that why plastic is so popular and what are the various characteristics of plastics. If you look around yourself, you will be surprised to know that almost each and every material that you are using is made up of plastic. Okay, as you can see here, see, these are the bottles, okay, which we use for storing chemicals or some other stuff. Okay, so they are also using plastic. Here you can see cold drinks, Harpiks, and all these everyday necessities that are also being stored in plastic. Today, if you think of actually storing a food item, water, milk, pickles, dry food, plastic containers seems to be very convenient because they are very lightweight, they are very low in price, they are very lightweight, they are low in price, they don't react, okay, they are not reactive. So due to these reasons, plastic is very important and it is very famous. Okay, now if we talk about plastic usage, okay, plastic is used in cars, aircraft, spacecrafts too, and the list is endless if we start counting articles like slippers, furniture and all these things. Now the question comes here is that why plastic is so popular. The first reason is plastic is non-reactive. Okay, you can see at your home also your mother prefer using plastic container to store pickles rather than metal like iron. Why? Because metals like iron, they get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air. Okay, when they come in contact with oxygen and other moisture which is present in the atmosphere, they get rusted. Okay, they get corroded. Okay, but plastics are not reactive. Okay, they don't react with water. Okay, they don't react with water. Okay, so they are not corroded easily. So that is why we use certain containers, certain plastic containers to store various kinds of materials including many chemicals also. Why? Because plastic is non-reactive. Okay, the next one is plastic is very lightweight, it is very strong and very durable. So if you can see plastic materials around yourself, you will notice that they are very light in weight. Okay, they can be easily transported from one place to another. For example, if you will take one metal chair, okay, and if you will take one plastic chair, okay, so this plastic chair, okay, this plastic chair will be lighter than this. Also it is durable, it is strong and it is cheap as well. Okay, so since plastic is very light, very strong, durable and can be molded into different shape. Okay, we can mold them into different shapes. Now can you recall children what type of plastics they are? The plastic which can be molded, which can change its shape on giving heat, they are known as thermoplastic. Okay, they are known as thermoplastic. We have already covered that. Okay, so since plastic can be molded into different shapes, it is used for various purposes. Okay, and they are generally cheaper than metals. Okay, so and they are widely used in industries, household articles, so many stuff. You look around yourself, you will find numerous uses and unlimited uses of plastic. The list is endless actually. Okay, now you can make a list of all the plastic containers that you use in a daily life. You can do it as your homework. So plastics are poor conductors. They are poor conductor of heat and electricity. There are some types of plastic. They are thermosetting plastic. Okay, we all know that thermosetting plastic. They are poor conductor of heat. For example, the handles. Okay, the handles of pressure cookers or pan. Okay, they don't catch fire. Okay, they have no effect of heat on them. Okay, they don't have any effect of heat on them. Okay, also the switchboards that you use at your home, they are also made up of plastic. Okay, they are also made up of plastic, thermosetting plastic. Also they don't conduct electricity. They act as an insulator. Okay, so we can say that plastics are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Okay, that is why electrical wires have plastic covering. You may know, if you can recall children, you will see that the plastic wires, they have the wires that you use in electrical appliances, electrical wires, they have plastic covering also. Okay, handles of screwdrivers, okay, they are also made up of plastics. Okay, as I already mentioned here that handles of frying pans, they are also made up of plastic. So this conclude that plastic has also so many uses in day-to-day life, because it is poor conductor of heat and electricity. That is why plastic is used in our day-to-day life. Okay, now children, do you know that plastic find extensive use in healthcare industries? Okay, for example, the packaging of tablets. Okay, the packaging of tablets. Okay, syringes, the gloves that the doctors use. Okay, all these are made up of plastics. Teflon is a type of plastic. You know, your mother uses that special type of non-sticky pan for especially for making dosa. Okay, can you recall? That is of special quality, that which is made up of Teflon. Okay, do you know that that is also made up of plastic? Okay, so Teflon is a non-stick plastic. Okay, it is a thermosetting plastic. So it is a type of plastic actually, like melamine and bakelite. Remember that we studied in our previous classes. So that is also a type of plastic. So now let's quickly have a look on the various properties of plastics fastly. Right, so here it is. So what are the properties of plastics? Quickly we will revise. Resist corrosion, they resist high temperature. Okay, they have no effect of heat on them. They are insulated from heat and electricity. They are elastic. Thermoplastics can be recycled. Okay, they are not reactive to chemicals and water. They are water resistant. They have no effect of water on them. On the other hand, if you will take any metal container, they can be reacted with the usage of water in them, but plastic has no effect of water on them. They are soft when given heat. Okay, so these are the properties of plastics. Now children, a very great concern that we have to notice here is that plastic is being used extensively nowadays. But do you know that it also has a bad impact on our environment? Okay, so on the basis of their impact, okay, we can categorize, okay, not plastic but the materials into biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Okay, so if you go to the market, okay, you buy potatoes or any item, okay, you get them in plastic bags. Okay, you get them in polythene rather. Okay, polythene is a type of plastic. So get them in polythene. What do you do with that polythene later on? You throw it in the dustbin or you throw it in the atmosphere. You are eating Lays, Kurkure, chips, biscuits. So what you are doing with that wrappers? You are also throwing them in the environment. Okay, whereas few plastics cannot be degraded. Okay, they are non-biodegradable. Okay, so they pollute the environment. So that is why the proper usage. We all know that plastic is very useful. It is extensively being used. We cannot actually imagine our life without plastic because we are using it in almost each and everything. But proper disposal and the proper usage. I am writing proper 2 times. So the proper usage of plastic is equally important. Okay. Now let's see what are biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So a material which gets decomposed through natural process, that is biodegradable, like the peel of vegetables, okay, the dead and decay plants and wood and all these things, they can be decomposed, which can decompose naturally. They are called as biodegradable. Degrade means to degenerate, to rot. Okay, whereas few materials which is not easily decomposed by natural process is termed as non-biodegradable. This is something which you have already covered in your previous classes, I am sure. So that is that. Now let's have a look at what type of waste, okay, what type of waste are there and approximate time that is taken by that particular waste to degenerate. Okay, and accordingly we will divide them into categories. So the number one is peels of vegetable, fruits, leftover food stuff. Okay, they take almost 1 to 2 weeks to degrade. Okay, so they degenerate. So they are biodegradable. decompose. Okay, so that is also a biodegradable because it do generate, it do get degenerate, means it can be easily mixed up in the soil. That is what we can say that in layman language. So the nature of material is biodegradable. Cotton cloth take almost 2 to 5 months to degrade. Okay, so their nature is also biodegradable. So you can see the approximate time which is taken by various biodegradable and non-biodegradable stuff. If you will take here synthetic fiber, okay, synthetic fiber, so they will take a lot of time, maybe several years to degrade. So that is why we will call them non-biodegradable. Okay, so that's the different thing. Now wood take almost 10 to 15 years to degrade, to degenerate, to actually mix into the soil. Okay, so that is why wood is also a biodegradable because it can be degraded. Okay, it do degenerate. Okay, degenerate means to actually mix with the soil. Okay, to lose its properties and mix with the soil. Woolen clothes, so they take about a year to degrade, so they are biodegradable because wool is also natural fiber. Okay, it is obtained from the hair of animals like sheep and rabbit, camel. Okay, you have studied that in 7th class. So various metals like tin, aluminium and other metal cans, they take about 100 to 500 years to degenerate. Okay, so that's a long cycle, that's a long process. So that is why they are non-biodegradable. Okay, that's a long cycle. So we will categorize them as non-biodegradable. Whereas students see the biggest question mark here is that plastic bags that we are using daily in our life, that we are using so extensively in almost each and every step, in each and every material, whether a chair, a table, a pen, a bag, anything, dustbin, your scissor, knife, your plates, cooking wares. Okay, everywhere we are using plastics. Okay, so that takes several years to degenerate. Okay, so you can see, children, what impact it will leave in the environment if we will not use plastic judiciously. Alright, so that is a non-biodegradable compound. Okay, so I hope you have understood what is the difference between biodegradable and non-biodegradable stuff. Okay, and why and how plastic can leave an impact on our environment. So recycling waste plastic is important. Okay, plastics are not biodegradable. Okay, they are not biodegradable. Okay, and do you know that few years ago that some scientists have discovered photodegradable plastics. Okay, they have discovered that photo means light. Okay, photo means light, like photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis means the cooking of food in the presence of light. So photo means light. So some scientists have discovered that photodegradable plastic that can be broken down by sunlight. Okay, but it takes quite a long time to rot. Okay, and do you know that recently some scientists discovered some special types of plastics. They are biopolymers. Okay, biodegradable polymers. They rot very easily. Okay, for example, plastic made from corn starch. Okay, it rapidly dissolved in water. So nowadays these are very common. Okay, many industries, they are packing their food stuff in biodegradable polymers, but then they are little expensive. They become little expensive. Okay, so that is the reason why they are not that popular nowadays. So that is the thing about plastic and how we can use, how we can prevent our environment from plastic. It is like 5 hours. Okay, so 5 hours. It can be reduce the use of plastic. Okay, reuse. Okay, reduce the use of plastic, reuse it, recycle. Okay, recycle, then recover and refuse. So these are the 5 R's which we can adopt to prevent our environment. Reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. Alright, so I hope students, you have understood that what is a plastic and what are the various properties of plastics, and I hope you have also understood that how plastic affects our environment and how we can actually prevent our environment from the bad impact made by plastic. This much for today's class. I will see you in my next class.